Praise God. Praise the living God. Welcome once again to Baraka Testimonies. Today we are privileged to have Eunice here with us, who is going to talk to us about her story and to show us who God really is in her life. Karibu sana, Eunice.
Asante sana.
Please introduce yourself to our viewer. Tell us who is Eunice and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Eunice Maberi'S, as you've heard from her. I'm a single mother of two, and I really thank God for my life. He has been really, really good in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So karibu sana, it's good to have you. And I know a bit of your story, but we would want our viewers to get to understand who this Eunice is. How did you get here? Please tell us your story.
Yeah, my story is a living testimony.
Amen.
I believe my life has been a testimony for real.
Okay.
And like from the time I left school, because of where I was coming from, I thought maybe going in marriage will be a deal for me, or maybe my problems will end.
Okay, so first of all, tell me about your life when you were younger. How was your life when you were a little girl?
My life was good. I remember I grew up in a background where my mom was born again.
Okay.
So we were born again and we could just live with my mom. And I grew up as a child who knew God.
Okay.
Because I used to go to church with my mom, and I remember I used to do 1 and 2, 3 there in church.
Okay.
So my background there, I was brought up well, and I knew God.
Okay.
So yeah, I went to school, and though we were not really good, I cannot say I was brought up in a rich family. No,
Okay.
it was just there. So after my school, my Form 4, is when after my exams actually, I went direct to marriage, like after my last paper.
Okay.
I went, and I was, I was like, maybe this is, I'm running from problems going maybe where there's no problem in marriage, and that is what I thought. But actually, it was out of the fire, out of the frying pan into the fire. So
how old were you at that time?
I was
When you got married?
When I got married, I was like 18, 19 there.
Wow.
So I remember I was still very young, and I got into that marriage, and I was able to like give birth to 2 girls. And then after like my last born, when she was 1 year old, things just started going. Things were not really good. Things started going bad, and I was like, God, what do I do? I remember I used to live in Muslim. Now we came to Nairobi, and I used to live in Muslim at Kawangware. So there is a church I used to go. In my life, I've always, as I've told you, I've grown up in a born-again church, in a church environment. So I would really pray and pray and pray and pray. Whenever I have a problem, I would really like just look unto God.
Yeah.
So I remember it was just like I've reached the end of that marriage because it was a violent one.
Oh, wow.
My so-called husband used to like beat me and do what, and so all sorts of things that were not really good and encouraging in a marriage. So I was like, God, what do I do? Just take me where I was. So I remembered one of my friends, we used to study with her in secondary school, and her currently she was doing house, as she was working as a housemaid. So I was like, maybe she could find me a place for me to like go and work.
The situation was so bad that you wanted to take anything.
I just wanted anything that could just
help you to
help
take care
me
of the
to
children.
take care of my children, because now I was thinking how I'll get out of this marriage.
Okay.
But now I was scared because first of all, my parents were not in supportive of this marriage, and I was like looking back to go home, and I was like, no, I can't go back. There's that fear that you have in you. So I called this friend, and so that God does things just amazingly. I called this friend of mine, and she was called Ruth, and I was like, Ruth, can I get even a job somewhere? Like nitafutie tu kazi hata kani ya umboch, hata nifanye like uko kwenye uko. So the person who received a call apparently was not Ruth.
Okay.
I had called the wrong number. And this wrong number had fallen on someone who is a boss somewhere. Someone who owns a salon somewhere.
Okay.
So I called, and I was like, she told me, I'm not Ruth, you've called the wrong number. And I told her, even if you're not Ruth, give me something to do.
Right.
And I was like, just give me, nataka kazi ya nyumba, nipatie hata kama kazi ya nyumba ama kazi yoyote nifanye. Someone I don't know, someone I've never met.
Yeah.
So she was like, apparently I'm looking for a salon cleaner, but I need someone who has a salon experience. And trust me, I saw like God has just come himself, and he just didn't send angels like, so I had a salon experience. Wow. I used to like just do, my mom is from her background, she does hair, and she was a salonist, so we could help, and I learned from it, you get. Good. So I was like, yeah, I know I have a salon experience. That is what I remember I told her. So she asked me, what do you know in a salon? And I was like, I know wash and blow dry. I know wash and set. And for sure, even to set that dryer and put someone in that, I had no idea. But I just used like to, I could just do lines. Yeah. I could braid, but anything to do with settings and whatever, at Ushago, they are not there. Yeah. And I just landed to Nairobi. So she told me, so come tomorrow early, come tomorrow 8, and we'll do interview. And I was like, God, thank you, at least now. Okay. So I went early, very early in the morning, and I was there by 6.
Wow.
And I was like, 7:59, there's nobody. 8, there's nobody.
Oh dear.
8:15, there's nobody.
Wow.
I called that woman, and I'm like, you told me to come here, but there's nobody here yet. So just be patient. Someone is coming to attend to you. So her receptionist came, and trust me, she didn't even take me to an interview of hair and what. She just showed me herself. She knew I had come for a cleaning job. So she didn't take me through the settings and whatever, which I was scared of. So God like just hid it like that. So she told me, you need to clean this, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I was like, okay. So she told me, how much would you like us to pay you? And I was like, I want you to pay me 15,000. She was like, no, we can't go 15, just shuka kidogo. So she shukad, and she was like, we will pay you 8,000. And after that, I saw like, God.
This is a miracle.
I was so like, God, what have you done? Yeah. Like 8,000. I had never like received a salary of my own, like, which is 8,000. So I remember going back home, and I told my husband, I've got this job, because he wanted me to go back at Ushago, because things were not good. So I told him, I'm not going back at home. I've gotten this job and this and this and this. And I think if you're not okay with it, just tell me now so that I can know how I'll plan myself. So he was like, no, it's fine, just do the job. But I started the job, and the second week of it, he started like, you're coming late, you're doing what? Because on Wednesday, it used to be my off day. So on Tuesday, I'll like wait for everyone to go clean the place, because tomorrow I'm not coming in, so that the people who are coming next, they find the place is clean. So I used to like go on Tuesday. I used to go late. I've started the job. I don't have an income. So sometimes I used to trek. It was here at Adams, Kilimani. So sometimes I used to trek from Kawangware and come to work. So that Tuesday I came home and it was just, I found him there and he was just so furious and so hungry, and he started beating me that night. And I was like, God, what is this? So that night, he started beating me, and I remember it was very late at night.
Because you had walked from work.
Yeah, I was walked from work, and he didn't just start. He waited for like, it is 12. Then he locked the door and he started beating me up. So I was like, what is this? He beated me. I screamed. Nobody was coming. He had locked the door. People were outside, but nobody could come in to save me. I remember it was just bad. But
where were the kids?
they were there. They were there in the house. And I was like, so I was just striving. I need to just get my handbag, because that handbag has my phone and it has the key to the salon.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to grab my bag and just rush out and find the way I would just open the door and disappear. So people were outside, and the way they were knocking the door, he like just felt. So he opened the door, and the first thing I did, I remember I just grabbed my handbag and I rushed out. I didn't want to like know where the kids, but because they had already slept. So I went to my sister's place at Satellite, and I was there. And
At night?
At night, it was around 12. Thank God there was no curfew at that time.
Yeah, no.
So
wow.
I rushed there, and I was like, God, just be with me. I could pray in my spirit inside, but I was there, a woman alone in the way, just going. So I reached there. That day was my off day. He didn't appear. And so on Thursday, I went to work. Now the kids are with him. I went to work, and there he came. He came with the kids. He left the 1-year baby at the entrance of the shop, because he knew that place.
Okay.
So he left her there, and he disappeared. So someone called me, and he was like, now our receptionist was like, whose baby is this? And when I came, even me, to see whose baby was that, I found it was my baby. And I was like, oh. So I took her, and the man was there. He came in. He just like wanted me to come out because I've seen the baby. And now, so he came in, and he was like furious. He wanted us to fight all at that place, but his intention was just to like to mess that work up. But I told God, you gave me this work, and you will establish it. If it is mine, it is mine. Nobody is going to destroy it. So I remember I took the kid. My colleagues helped me to like separate that fight. But I saw it was really going back. So I went to report to a police station in Kawangware. So I went to report and to like tell this man not to cross my path. It is over. It is over.
So now, in this instance, you have one child. He has the other one, or both children? He came with both the children.
So the other one came. So I was with both.
Okay.
So I took my excuse, and then I took the kids home to my sister's place.
Okay.
And there is where we were like staying as I continue with my work. So at my sister's, the things were not really good, because her, again, she had a family, and I was like, sometimes I come, you know, women work in a salon, sometimes they go late, sometimes there's work you would need to. So I was like, it is not good. So I took my kids to my mom's place at Ushago, and I rented a mabati house in Kawangware, Apo Kinyanjui. So that is where I started my life, and I was like, if I get salary, I pay. I remember I started in a mabati house. I used to pay 2,000 rent, and then with electricity, by 2,500 I could have finished everything. Like, I've paid my rent, and I used to earn 8,000.
I've been there, I know.
And I was very happy, and I
know,
was
peace of
like, I have
mind.
peace of mind. I have like, so I started there, and God was very faithful to that work, and I could see my life growing. So as I was a cleaner, I didn't just stay as a cleaner, and so I started getting interested in making nails and doing nails. And if someone comes and do for me a manicure, I would really just look at it, and I was just so amazing how God worked that, because I could see my learning, and every day I was just learning everything new, learning, because I had that passion. So I remember the salon started going down, and everyone else disappeared because they were earning as a commission. So I was the only one, me and the receptionist, who were being given a salary. So they started going, and they started going. Finally, our receptionist also quitted because the pressure was too much on her, because she's not delivering, and sometimes. So I remained there. I remained as a receptionist. I remained as a cleaner, at the same time as a beautician, at the same time as a hairdresser, because I could do hair.
Okay.
So a client could come, I go back, I do. If she's gone, I'm there at the reception, alone in the salon.
Wow.
And I remember, so my boss got another team, which came, and I lifted now. I was upgraded. I now...
You were promoted
I
now.
was promoted to work as a receptionist. Now my work was just the reception.
Okay.
So I worked at the reception. My salary increased.
Amen.
To like from 8 to 15, and that is, God just did it.
Amen.
So I used to work as a reception from 4 leaver who... So I started working as a reception, and for that matter, I was a very professional one, because when I was there, clients could call my boss and tell that the lady at the reception is very good. It's very good. So because of that is when she came up with a new team, she promoted me.
That was good.
So,
because you were diligent in your work.
Yeah. Wow. So I didn't sleep. Because I'm at a reception. I continued, like, I really want to do nails. I really want to do nails. So there's this guy that came into that salon, and he was doing nails, and he had a flow, like, and I was like, what is this flow? Why? I've been here doing nails. I've never had this flow. I've never had this client. So what is this that he is doing different, that maybe he's doing this? So I got so interested, and I could learn. So I learned everything. I learned nails. I learned how to do overlays, acrylics, and whatever. So I remember one day we were in a meeting, and they said, now Eunice, because I used now to do nails, and I could do at the reception. I'm still the receptionist. So I was sat down, and I was told to choose whether I want to work at the reception or I want to work as a nail tech and just uncommissioned. And I remember I really struggled with my spirit because I was not sure if I will able to make
the commission
or... But I remember I made my mind. That guy talked to me, and he told that you have a potential. I've seen you doing nails, and you have a potential. You can do it. You're wasting your time at the reception. Awesome. And I was like, again. Me, I thought when I'm there, I'm like nimefika, like, so kumbe sikukuwa nimefika. So I now specialized in nails, and I remember the first day, the first month of me doing nails, I made a commission of 80,000 shillings.
Wow!
I went home with 80,000 cash money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. I made a sale of 160 because it's half up. I went with 80,000.
My goodness!
And I was like, God.
Wow! Me.
Right.
Right.
So now I started like